What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are back here today with another video, and today we are going to be taking a look at some gameplay on symbiotes, specifically on the new character Anti-Venom. There, we've got him pretty much geared and tiered now. Actually, I can probably let's just see what we can do here. Maybe I can bring this guy up to 12 or 13, just that way we can at least get him at maximum power here. And we'll be playing around through Blitz tier 8.0. And let's just open up some orbs here. I just need a couple more of these materials. Believe I'll just get maybe 10 here before we just make sure we got enough of these guys. Just keep opening these up since I do have quite a bit saved up here. Don't know if that helps, but let's do that up. Okay, perfect. So we can bring him up to 12, and if we can bring him to 13, perfect. So he's shoots up in health, a bit of damage there. He's got some armor improvement there, and I haven't really used any of the ISO-8s yet. I think what I've been seeing is everyone's been putting either barrier or heals on him, so that way they can keep him alive. But we're low on the alien spores, so we'll definitely level up this one. Yeah, we'll just go as far as we can here. We want this guy at maximum power for Blitz, and it looks like we are just short one material. So let's just take a look at what that is. It's probably the same one. Dang it, it is. Okay, let's go through the Blitz orb again, and we'll just quickly cycle through these guys, and hopefully we can bring them up to tier 13, and then we got ourselves a pretty complete symbiote team there. So that was a nice whopper, and we'll just go for, I think, 10 more, maybe 6 or 7 more. Make 10, that's 5. All right, there, that seemed like a pretty decent batch. Perfect. Okay, so we're bringing him up to 13, and let's take a look at the jumps here and stats. Health, damage, all that good stuff, armor, and perfect. So I think we're gonna leave him there. Definitely a character that's worth bringing up to tier 14. As you guys will see there, I've got Scream, Symbiote, Carnage already at 14, and then Venom is 13, and then I've got obviously Anti-Venom now at 13 as well here, so you guys will see that there. But before we jump into blitzing, I've got some orbs as well here, and we're just gonna quickly pop open these Halloween ones. These are the Fright Light Orbs that you guys have been most likely getting through the event. So let's just take a look here. Maybe we can get some shards. Getting pretty close to getting them up to tier, getting them pretty close to 5-star. So that's I've been very fortunate with some of these drops, so I've been going pretty hard at blitzing as well to get as maximum orbs, and make sure you guys are doing those milestones. I know that everyone's been going pretty crazy on the blitz just to kind of get everything they can get. All right, I got 5 more of these guys. Come on, give me some more perps and gold in the middle. All right, got 3 left. All right, just gold, it looks like. Yeah, we want the middle ones to be a gold or a purple drop, so that way it guarantees Anti-Venom. But darns, okay, so not too bad. We had about 13 orbs there, so we basically got a shard per character, or per orb. And as you guys will see there, I'll just duplicate that. Now let's see here. So 55 out of 130. We've got like 4 days left on the event, so very doable. And worst case scenario, I've got some power cores saved up as well, so we can definitely use that. But yes, as I was just saying, let's take a look at some actual gameplay here. So we got him at 4 it's not the exact 8.3 multiplier, but we'll just go for 1 win here, and that will bring us there. So let's see here. We've got, let's go simple and easy. Defenders team, and you guys can have a look at the gameplay there. But Anti-Venom's kit's been pretty awesome. I mean, his first ability basically applies bleed and the opposite of 2 random effects on that character. Basically get added to him, and then basically I think he gets healed like 10% health or something from that attack as well. Or sorry, no, he heals the most injured ally from his just a single target basic. So we'll go after Iron Fist there, and I mean, really, this is a pretty solid team just to auto blitz in. So as I said already, let's just slow this down. So his first skill, attack primary target, and then he also heals the most injured target. So if we look at Carnage there, he's the most injured one. So we take oh, actually I think Iron Fist will die from that. So we'll attack Luke Cage, and this should hopefully show you guys a heal there. So it's gonna heal him up. So that's really nice, because even from a team that you want to have sustaining in raids, it's just going to make that much of a difference. We got Venom there. We're just going to spread everything. That's going to kill off people. Carnage feeds the turn meter on there. The defense up also comes from Venom, so that's really sweet. We're going to use Carnage's special there just to take out Punisher. And then, yeah, Symbiote also shines as well here. It's such a good team right now. It's ridiculous. I don't even know why I'm even attacking here, but I mean, really, you can just auto hit basically all these guys, and we'll turn on the 3D dynamic camera there. But yeah, the second skill, basically clearing heal block, which is one of the biggest drawbacks to the Symbiotes team. Like, if they couldn't heal, they were pretty much finished, especially in Dark Dimension 3. And then it also revives. And then his last ability, gaining the opposite effect, and then excluding bleeds, and then that basically goes to everybody. So really, his kit's kind of built in the way that he almost benefits most out of having either a barrier or a heal on his ISO, because he doesn't have that much attacks. And usually when you have characters that have a couple of attacks or support abilities like Emma Frost, then that's kind of where you want to have someone that has either barriers or heals. So yeah, so anyways, we're pretty much done with that one there. Oh, now I see why I didn't do the 3D camera. I switched the modes off there. Sorry, guys. But yeah, anyhow, that's it for this one. We're just gonna auto the rest because pretty much done there. But yeah, I wanted to take a look here, and see how this team does on tier 8.3. We do have the upcoming auto blitzes coming in December, so I am looking forward to that. We're not gonna have to blitz as much, and it'll be nice. It'll be nice. We got another pretty much auto-winning team here, so that'll be nice. Let's take a look at here. This Mr. Sinister team looks actually pretty interesting. So let's take a look here and see if we can handle these guys. We're going to jump in here, take a look and see how that does. And like I said already, like this is such a good auto-winning team. Like, you don't even really need to pay attention. You can pretty much just hit the auto-win, and they'll probably be okay. So that's just how good this team is. So we do have some nice debuffs on our symbiotes, which is really good. So we're actually going to go for Sinister. We're going to see if we can get some debuff spreading. We're going to activate special to increase the bleeds, get some disruption and offense down there. Sorry, not disruption, offense down, excuse me. And again, we're going to use his ultimate because that's going to hit, and then it's going to give everybody all these great buffs. So they did clone Carnage, which is fine. And yeah, we'll activate Venom's first ability there. I think because Thanos has actually pretty good resistance. He'll probably be oh, and there you go, they take out Carnage, which is, oh, I thought they would have killed Carnage. I guess not. Okay, well, either way, I was hoping that he would go down, so then we can take a look at the revive. But that's fine. We'll just, yeah, I think from this point on, I think we can just hodl. Actually, you know what, let's go for Carnage. We don't want to feed his turn meter. Poof. Okay, and then he's down. And yeah, I mean, really, it's not really much of a gameplay video because you're pretty much just autoing with these guys. But yeah, I mean, I had him even at tier, what was he, level 65, and he was only tier 10, and he was already shining on the Symbiote team. So you don't need him high in terms of stats, but wow, I just had to get this guy up because just ridiculous amounts of sustainability. We got an Agent Coulson team here. Let's take a look there. But yeah, absolutely crazy. Definitely going to be, once I get more alien spores, I'm going to bring him up to tier 14 as well. And I want to try and put him in Dark Dimension 3, just see how the team works out, and especially the city nodes. I mean, this is pretty much the only team you really need. We'll go after Operative. That's going to feed our turn. And if you guys are thinking about trying to figure out what ISO-8s, I mean, definitely for sure, Venom, you want to put a barrier or some sort of like a healing ISO-8. And you know what, let's take a look at that after this gameplay. We can take a look here and we can kind of experiment a bit. But yeah, for sure, I mean, if you want a sustaining raid team, definitely want to put barrier heals on at least on Symbiote, or excuse me, not Symbiote, on Anti-Venom. And then the other ones, doesn't really matter. Carnage hits first, so I mean, obviously it'd be nice if he could apply some of the invulnerability first, so that way it can kind of spread it across and get the extra damage. But really, doesn't really matter. In terms of damage, these guys do a damage output too, so you can, I mean, really, you could even put a whole bunch of heals on this team as well, so for even more sustainability. But This team's pretty much finished at this point. We're just gonna auto here at this point. No point in doing anything else, I think. Yeah, it's disgusting. Scream does a lot of AoE, so it'd be nice if she got the vulnerability as well, because it increases the damage. Or you could, you could also do a whole bunch of the, you can also do a bunch of healing or barriers or whatever. It kind of gives them more sustain, but nonetheless, it's pretty solid team overall. Actually, I'm interested to see how they do against their own symbiote team. So this will be the last one we go into before we run into the ISO-8s, but we'll jump in there and we'll take a look here, see if we can win us against ourselves. I am curious to see how the AI would counter us. So definitely for sure, you want to focus on Carnage. If we can take out Carnage, we can take out basically their means of extra extra speed. And luckily for us, we don't have Anti-Venom on this team, so obviously they're going to be at a pretty big disadvantage compared to us. Got the evasion there on Anti-Venom as well. That's great. Somebody died, so this time we can actually use the heal and revive. We're going to use the special there to bring some offense down to these guys, strip some buffs as well. And I really like Scream in this team. I don't know if this is the correct configuration, but I've been really liking it. We'll do the heal block there, because again, like I said before, heal block is one of the biggest weaknesses to this team. So we'll do that. So this team is actually putting up pretty. Oh wow. Okay. I just got my butt kicked there. Wow. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we're definitely gonna lose this one. Let's just take a look here. We're gonna take a look at the teams. Definitely. I mean they're all, they're all T14, so that's probably a good reason why they're kicking our butts. But at the same time, if you look at their ISO-8s as well here, you got Venom, and then you got Symbiote and Carnage with the extra. They got the heals there as well. So again, the healing sustainability is definitely a nice element for an ISO-8 for these guys, just because it does the more sustain. But no, looks like we got our asses kicked. So we'll cancel out of this one, since we do want to keep the tier. Fortunately, I was hoping to kick their butts, but I guess not. Oh, maybe we can do a revenge battle. Yeah, let's go for a revenge battle here. And this one, I think we are up against, if I looked correctly, I think it was against Anti-Venom as well. We'll just see here in 2 seconds. So we'll have to go for him first. Oh crap, he's also T14. That's crazy. Okay, a lot of big tier characters here. So really, I mean, if you run into these guys, this probably isn't the best team to play against. You probably want to go for one of those other auto winning teams. Me going for these guys probably isn't the best idea. Okay, so we'll do the invulnerability, give ourselves the heals. Okay, and of course he blocked that. Let's just, yeah, this is gonna miss obviously, but that's fine. I want to heal block. Okay, let's spread them debuffs. Yeah, wow. So this is definitely a good team to play up against for sure. You can kind of see that these guys react pretty good. Oh, sweet. So Scream, we'll use their ult there, disrupt, and bring some speed meter down. And let's see here. This got some positives from Scream. Actually, you know what? We're not gonna go for Carnage this time. We're gonna go for Symbiote. We'll take out Symbiote before hopefully stuns. Yep. Oh, that's a lot to do. Okay, we're gonna heal. We're gonna bitterly block there, and yeah, we'll just hit. Actually, what I should have done is, whatever. It's fine. There's so many mistakes on this. It's no big deal. Oh wow. And they're going right for Venom. Oh gosh. Yeah, Anti-Venom's dead. Okay. Oh man. This team is just okay. Well, there's my curse. Yeah, it's just one's feeding the speed bar after the other. But unfortunately, yep, it is what it is. Okay, guys. Okay, well, we will. Yeah, we'll take the loss here. We'll take the loss. I'll man it up here. We'll take the loss. We won't be a wimp this time. All right. So unfortunately, got our asses kicked there, but that's fine. Learning lesson there. Just avoid these guys when you're at 8.3. But yeah, other than that, it's still a very solid auto-winning team. So make sure you guys, hopefully you guys can get that sorted out here. Let's take a look at the ISO-8s. Okay, so how it works with the ISO-8s is you want to make sure, and I don't really think there's a right or wrong way to do it, but you want to make sure you can maximize, obviously, the capabilities of the symbiotes. And I mean, for sure, with Anti-Venom for sure, I would put some sort of a, I would definitely go some sort of a barrier. So how it works is you got to fill out 5 of these guys, and then once you get them equipped, yeah, let's just take a look here. Equip. Did I equip all those yet? Oh, I missed one. So once you get the 5 equipped, you can fuse them, and then you can start to decide, you know, what classes you want to put your characters in. So for sure, Anti-Venom, because he has 2 abilities that are basically support slash attacking. Normally, you know, if there's more characters that are attacking, then you can kind of do a striker or skirmisher or a raider. And again, each one has their own specific abilities and traits. And for striker, I mean, this one pretty much, if that target is vulnerable, they could do more damage. And then for most of them I've seen, you know, they all get that 10% max health increase. Fortifier, this is the one with the barrier. So again, this one's really good on, particularly on the Marauders team. So if you're doing like barrier on Strife or Mr. Sinister, this one will keep them alive. Same with Emma Frost, that sort of thing. And same goes for this as well. If you're looking for making Anti-Venom super beefy, especially if you're trying to use him in a raid situation, or if you're trying to use him in a, you know, even in war offense, trying to make him beefy and strong would basically obviously keep him alive longer. So keeping him alive is the mission here. So it doesn't really matter about the damage. He's more of a, I would say, a support slash healer role. So for this one, we're actually gonna stick with healing, because then at least he can heal himself, and he also gets, you know, he can get himself healed up as well, and he also adds that healing to his allies. So we'll definitely equip the healer aspect there, and you know, you get a slight little jump in stats as well here when they do the ISO-8s. So we're not gonna, see 15% healing. That's gonna help with his healing, and then apply minor regeneration. So that's pretty sweet. And then you know, as you kind of go up on these levels, you get the additional stats. So we're definitely gonna increase. Let's see here. To go into level 2, you just got to get these same pieces equipped again. So we'll do the same thing. We'll equip them, equip. Oh, that one's, I've done it a few times actually. Whoopsie doodles. Okay, so as you see there's like 2 levels on each, and then you can hit equip, and then from that point on, you can go back into the settings here, and you can upgrade for your, you know, with the ISO-8 fragments. So there you go. So level 2. So we got the increased 10% health, and I think that matters nicely because it gives that character more health, and it's going to give them more sustainability, especially if you're trying to run raids, blitz, whatever, you name it. So that's it for Anti-Venom. I'd say barrier or healing is what I would go with, and definitely for sure in terms of T4s, I had his pretty much all his abilities. I'd get this one T4'd as well once I get more, but I'm trying to save up here. I usually try to keep a big batch for characters, new characters, and all that good stuff. But definitely for sure his second ability, because it brings the revive, and it basically shoots the character health from 30 to 60%. And then the deadly cure, which is nice because it just adds that 2 regeneration, spreading 2 random positives, all that good stuff, and it basically just, you know, gives everybody all those big buffs. So that's really nice there. And that's it. That's pretty much it. I'm not gonna go too much into more details than that. But Carnage will do him as well. And, you know, I wanted to make sure I was experimenting with some of the more meta characters before I started, you know, doing all my characters. But yeah, I mean, essentially, you have a limited supply of these level 1s and 2s, and you want to make sure you're not thinning yourself out if you want to upgrade, you know, some of your meta characters, right? So once we hit the fuse, we can decide on a trait. And again, like I said, Carnage is nice because he's going to be the fastest one of the 5. So he really sets the tone for everything. And I mean, if you're doing raids, you could probably just stick with a healing Carnage. It helps him, it keeps him alive, or a barrier. I mean, they all 5 of the symbiotes could probably get away with having barrier or a healing ISO-8. I mean, they probably all be fine, to be honest with you guys. But anyhow, from our standpoint, he is going to be the one that hits first. So for sure, you want to definitely apply one of these attacking traits. So Skirmisher is nice because it'll apply that vulnerability, and when they're vulnerable, they take more damage. And also it's nice because this one actually removes buffs as well. So Carnage is going to be the first guy that hits, and think about this. From a standpoint, if he's hitting first, let's say it's a Drax on a Guardians team, it's very important because if you can get him up to a level 3, basically he can clear a buff. So that's really nice as well. This one's also nice because you know, they increase the vulnerability, so you can get up to like 3 vulnerability up with this one, and you can increase it. Not to mention it increases the crit chance and the damage. So if you're someone that believes you know, maximum damage and it goes for criticals and all that good stuff, this is another great one. But again, this one you know, this one is more on chance, and it will increase Carnage's damage. He's got a ton of damage there, and it'll help out that element of it. But again, you're basing it on you know, percentages of luck chance and crit chance, so just remember that. And then Striker, another great one. On primary hit, if the target is vulnerable, they take increased damage, so they get like an extra hit there. But the problem is because Carnage is hitting first, it's very unlikely, unless you know, unless one of the symbiotes had a skirmisher or a raider, they wouldn't be applying that first. So I mean, this is still going to increase the damage, don't get me wrong. If you get level 3, get increased 25% damage, but he gets an additional 5% base damage. Like, either way, his damage is going up, so it's not a bad one to have. It's just making sure that the vulnerability is already applied. So for me, I feel like removing the buff is a pretty good way to go. So I'm definitely gonna equip him with that, and then it also gives him some more health as well. So we're not gonna watch that again. So we'll do that with him, and then we'll just jump back out here, and we'll get the level 2s upgraded as well if we have enough. Let's see here, fuse, or equip, or whatever you want to call it. Fuse. Okay, so now we're good. Okay, so now we got level 2 now. So he's gonna get that increased 10% as well. And you know what? All the ISO-8s get that 10% maximum health. So I mean, there's not gonna be one that's better than the other, but from a standpoint where you're trying to use Carnage to attack first, this is what you want to do. So that's kind of my thought process, and I'll probably do my other symbiotes as we are preparing for war here. But yeah, I've been trying to be patient and trying to see what other players have been doing with their basically with their ISO-8s and all that good stuff. So that's what I've been doing, and I've waited, and I know I've been getting quite a few questions on Discord as well on this, but that's kind of where I'm coming from there. And Scream, let me just see here. Scream's another good one. Let's see here. Speed's 120. I forget between her and Symbiote. Oh, too many buttons there. Sorry, guys. Okay, so Symbiote's just slightly faster. So again, if you want to think about your attack process here, it's gonna go Carnage, and then it's gonna go Symbiote, and then Scream. And let me just see here. It's Anti-Venom. It's not super slow, but he's not that fast either. So he's just a little bit after, and then Venom's obviously the slowest. But again, you want to make sure your ISO-8s also kind of coexist with each other and they work out. So because we had the vulnerabilities applied, now we're going to go in here, and we've got a lot of mats for these ones. So we're going to jump in on Symbiote here, and now we're going to go in, and because Carnage has already gone in there and activated the vulnerability, now we can go in and we can take advantage of that. So that means whoever this first hit is going to be, whoever Carnage hits and then removes the buff and then spreads that, now we've got this extra vulnerability condition, and now we can basically equip Striker on Symbiote, and essentially he can basically hit and take advantage of that extra damage. So if the target's vulnerable, make an extra attack for 50%. So again, whoever that first person that's getting nuked down, it's you know, it's gonna do a decent amount of damage, and plus he gets more increased damage. So that always works out. And now the other thing too now is, don't feel like, you know, if you have one class and you're afraid to switch to another, don't freak out or panic about it. The nice thing is once you've got this entire level 1 all equipped and worked out, you can always go back in and you can just easily switch classes. So if you want to say, for example, let's say you're more of a passive, you want to have a passive sustaining team, we can easily just switch to healer. So that's not a problem at all. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, now we've got level 1 equipped on healing, and again, we don't have anything worked out on level 2 yet because we haven't equipped it. But again, you know, it's not that hard to just change around, right? Let's say, for example, you want you know, a barrier on Symbiote. Same thing. You can do the same thing. Like, it's not going to cost anything. The only thing it costs is if you go up to level 2. Here, I'll just show you guys, because we already actually did level 2 with Carnage. So we will actually jump into him for the example there. And let's say, for example, Carnage is squishy and you want to make sure he sustains more. So that's fine. We can switch him to a healer. so he can sustain himself better. And again, the only thing you would have to pay for is the level 2 upgrade that it would cost to get his 10% health. So I mean, we already had that for level 1 for the, or sorry, level 2 for the skirmisher, but you can go back and you can hit upgrade now on that one, and guess what? Now you got 2 level 2s, and that's great because now you can basically mix and match around. And I know this is one I've been kind of waiting around to do a lot because you know, you want to switch to like a raid version of Carnage, and then you also want to go to like an attack version of Carnage for like war. So that's why they have those default buttons set up. Or maybe his healing's fine. Maybe we can go Fortifier, right? And if you're, you know, if it doesn't bug you to spend the extra 5,000 ISO, it's great. Now we've got 3 level 2s on Healer, Fortifier, and Skirmisher, and guess what? Carnage is flexible in that manner, so he can basically mix and match around. But obviously, I've already told you guys that one of the main reasons why I have him is he's the opening attack, and he's gonna rip those buffs right off once we get to level 3. So that's kind of where I want to get him. And again, don't go crazy and start messing around with all these ISO-8s. Make sure you guys do your research and, you know, figure out which ones you want to have open and not open. But essentially, that's what I have for the symbiotes there. And I mean, Phoenix, she's one of my meta characters, and I've got her at level 3 on the striker. But yeah, again, just damage, right? 5% damage. This helps with her ult. This helps with her, you know, her specials and everything like that. Who else do I have there? I've got Ebony. He's also at level 2. Yeah, level 2. Okay, for some reason I thought he was level 3. Anyways, level 2, and you know, I've used him kind of between skirmisher and healer depending on the game mode. So you're gonna have to just kind of mess around there, right? And kind of see what works for you. But hopefully that helps you guys out. I know I was getting a few questions about, you know, hey, why ISO-8 should I be doing, and you know, which ones are good right now, and that's kind of what I've gathered from all the information. And I'll probably finish off working on Scream and Venom now. But hopefully that's helped you guys out. Hopefully you guys seen the gameplay, and if you're blitzing, try to avoid those symbiotes teams because they're pretty nasty. All right, guys, that's all we got for this time. Take care, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. All right, happy gaming.